My audio version of the book is out. So for the past number of weeks, I've been pounding my publisher saying, we need the audio version, we need the audio version, we need the audio. People keep asking for the audio version. I gotta get it out. And I saw an order that came in this morning from Carrie Lee, who bought it on Audible. And I'm like, wait a minute, Audible? Does it mean it's up? The audio version is up? This is amazing. I got so excited. The publisher didn't even tell me that it was up, but it's up at least on Audible and hopefully the others as well. I'll double check that, but the Audible link is now available and we'll put it on the page so that you guys can be able to buy it. And the greater lesson here for entrepreneurs is that a no isn't always a no. There's this great clip that I remember from Sylvester Stallone where he said that he loved no's because a no wasn't really a no was really a yes.
Challenge. I really just, I love it. You know, I love being told no. Gotcha. It just means yes. You know?
And so quite often as entrepreneurs, you're gonna get rejected. You're gonna get no's a lot. And so you need to keep on it, keep on it, keep on it. If it's something that you really believe in, something that you really love, no doesn't mean no. No is just a future yes. And you're just waiting to get to that yes. And what really helped me was you guys, was showing the momentum, is why I reached out to you on the videos and said, hey, if you want something from the publisher, put it in the comments. And what I kept doing to them was I screen captured. Every time you wrote about the audio version, I would screen capture and send another email and then another email and another email. So as they kept getting bombarded with these requests for the audio version. And because it was something that doesn't usually get done, that's the resistance. And that's like, it wasn't that they hated me and they didn't want that to happen for me. It doesn't happen for anybody. They don't do pre-releases of audiobooks. It's usually just released when the book gets released. And so I was asking them to do something that they don't typically do. And if it was just me asking and pestering and asking, then I might have still got a yes, but it's way easier to show the momentum coming from you guys. And so that's super important whenever you're trying to pitch a deal. I remember being in the venture capital business, people would come and pitch us ideas without getting customers. And they said, you know, we're gonna pass. But they might come back 6 months later and have customers, and now we look at that as a real potential opportunity to invest into. And so don't lose hope at the first no, but you have to do something different. You gotta stay on top of it, you gotta build momentum so that you keep coming back to them with something new, showing greater and greater momentum to hopefully, eventually, get a yes. So we got our yes, and it's thanks to you guys for helping out. So let's get to the questions. Let's scroll through. Who do we got? Some good questions. First up is Faisal J. How about if they forget what you did to them or dumb you? This is from my last video about how to build connections. I was saying you try to add value to their lives. You try to look at everybody who is around you and see how you can help them so that when you need help, they can make those introductions for you. First of all, expect it. Like, it's gonna happen. Some people will forget about you. Some people won't remember what you did for them. One, maybe what you did wasn't important enough. You know, maybe it wasn't valuable enough. Maybe they don't remember or care because they don't remember that you did that for them. So that's on you to add more value and be memorable. But regardless, some people will never reciprocate. That's okay. The reason to do it isn't only to go and ask them for something else, right? If that's the only motive, like, I'm only doing this for you so that you're gonna do something back for me a minute later, if that's the incentive, people can smell that. People can sense that it's not genuine. The key is enjoying that process. Like helping other people get to where they want to go. And net, it always works out because some people will never repay it, but the people who do repay it will be worth way more than all the others combined. It's a classic, venture capital deal. They'll invest into 10 companies that they all think are going to be winners, but really one company is going to be a huge winner. Most of the companies will fail or fall short or won't get any revenue, lose their expectations. But that one company out of 10 that they invest into does more than all the others combined. But going in, you don't know who that 1 out of 10 is gonna be. You think they're all gonna be the one, but only one ends up actually being the one. So enjoy the process of helping people. Make it part of something that makes you come alive. And if you can ignore the outcome of only doing it to help that other person, like when I mentioned what I was doing, it wasn't just to make the connections, it's because I like helping people get to where they want to go to. And yes, it's great that there's a possibility that I can win those connections back somehow and it'll benefit me, but it's not the only reason to go in and doing it. So yes, expect some people not to reciprocate. It's going to happen. Next up, Tonica Griffin. Thanks, Evan. Simple, no-nonsense advice on how to build connections and really appreciate the emphasis on adding value to others. But what can we do to get Jason on camera? Jason, you're going to think about this. What's happened? What's happened since last week? Still no, eh? What does Tonica have to do to get you on camera? Nothing. You're just gonna come. Impossible. Guys, remember my talk at the start about momentum and not accepting no, and no is just a yes? We gotta stay on Jason. He's smiling. He secretly wants to do it. He's just afraid. We gotta keep the comments coming for Jason. Show Jason some love. We'll get him one of these days on camera. Next up, Zeno. Brene Brown. That name sounds super familiar, yet I don't know anything about her. Brene is from Texas, and she speaks a lot about vulnerability and how you should not be afraid to be who you are, and sometimes that means you're gonna fail on a public stage. And it's a really personal message, and against the like fake it till you make it kind of mentality, against the like always win kind of mentality, in that she admits to being scared before going out on stage. She admits to sharing insecurities about herself and seeing like all these great comments coming in. One person comments that she's fat or something, and how that makes her feel, and that makes a really strong human connection. And so she has a really great TED Talk about vulnerability that I would definitely recommend checking out. And so one of these days I'm gonna find my path to get to Brene Brown, just so that I can help the person that I know in my business to help her make that introduction. I'd love to meet Brene, but I'm not the kind of person, like there's nobody that I really wish I could interview or meet. I don't know, I'm not that kind of person. But being able to do that for somebody else really gets me excited. So I'm gonna make it happen. One way or another, it's gonna happen. Next up, Chelly. Jason. Would love to see Jason. Sending love to Believe Nation. Oh, these Chelly's got a rhyme going on there. Jason. Would love to see Jason. Sending love to Believe Nation. I love it, Chelly. We're working on it. Chelly. 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 I think chili. I like the name. Jason. He's smiling. He's smiling behind the camera. Maybe I'll like secretly put a camera here somewhere next time so you can see Jason. Next up, Peter. Could you do a top 10 secrets of success for John Wooden, please? For all the top 10s, just go to any top 10 video and leave the request there, and my team will pick it up and we'll add it to the list. Next up, Matisse Paradise. If you can't persuade Jason to go on camera, then why do I need to read your book? Can you hear the laughing? Can you hear the Jason laughing behind? There's points for originality on there, but also the hate. I don't care. I'm not convincing anybody to read my book. If that's the reason, if that's the go-to, whether Jason comes on camera or not, that makes you want to buy the book or not, then I almost don't want to bring Jason on camera because I don't do well with threats. J-Rise, woo, you're over 100 books sold now. Hashtag keep rising. Yes, I didn't do the update at the top of the show. So we are now at 117 books sold. It's still far from where I want to be. But yes, we crossed the 100 books sold threshold. And thank you, J-Rise, for bringing that up because I forgot to mention it at the top. And I get that it's a long way away and that it's hard to buy something now if something comes in December. You know, there are free bonuses that come alongside and attached to it you do get immediately. But also I hope that I've given you enough value, right? Like I hope, you know, how much does the book cost? 20 bucks? I hope that I've given you more than $20 worth of value in all of these free YouTube videos that you consider supporting me. And if I've given you $5,000 worth of value, maybe you can buy more than one book, right? Or $10,000 worth of value, up that ante a little bit. Show a little bit of love and support and appreciation. I'm not asking for a lot from you guys, and I'm not hard selling anything on my channel. So hopefully that appreciation will come through and we can get to our 3,000 book goal. Marco Polo, waiting for audiobook. It's up, Marco Polo. It is up, Marco Polo. I'm excited. Next up, PMA Rareza. Congrats, Evan. I've been watching you for almost a year now. You're one of my favorite mentoring on YouTube guy. Appreciate that, feeling the love. I for sure will buy your book. Don't know how, but I will. Virginia from Panama, the tiny warm country with a big heart in Central America. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I haven't been to Panama yet, but it's on my list, so this might make it a little bit faster, me getting to Panama. Thank you for the support. Next up, Mervin Bonanno. Hey, Evan, thanks for sharing all these information. I just have a question about how does an author get paid from book sales? Please provide one or several examples. So I think it depends on what your model is, what your goal is, what your objective is as an author. If you just want to make money from your book, then the best way to do it is to self-publish because you own the book, you own all the rights to it, you keep almost all of the sales that come. You have a little bit of charge for, you know, when somebody buys a book, you have processing payments and stuff, but in general, you get everything. So money is your only goal, that's the way to do it. If you're going through a publisher like I did, then you may or may not get an advance. So I got a pretty good advance for first-time author, but usually the first-time author, you wouldn't expect to get any kind of advance, so I wouldn't bank on that. And then you get some kind of percentage of sales as you go along. And I honestly don't even know what it is. 1%, 2%, I don't know. Because most of the book sales are so meaningless from an author point of view in terms of a revenue standpoint that it's not why I do it. Like, to go with one publisher because they're gonna give me a 0.5 point higher than the other publisher is not worth it. I'd rather have a publisher who really wants me to go out there and make a big splash and have a big impact and will help market it and promote it and edit it and all that stuff is much more important for me. So depending on your goals, if money's the only thing you're looking at, just self-publish. You may sell less, but you'll make more dollars because you keep everything, where you only get a certain percentage. And again, I don't have examples to share because I don't even know what's in my own contract because it's so far from what I'm thinking about. It's not the purpose of why I'm writing this book. So those are my thoughts. Next up, Arun Kumar. Thanks for the video, Evan. Bro, here, one of your fans from India, so keep pushing your publisher to sell your book in India. Thank you. We've had a number of orders from India, but again, I know it's expensive with shipping. I don't know where they're buying from, Amazon.com, and then shipping it. I know it's expensive. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna copy and paste this to my publisher and let them know, hey, what's up? Let's get on Amazon India. How long is this gonna take? Come on. So keep those coming in. If you're not seeing it in your local market, then let me know. I'm gonna keep sending my publisher and hopefully we can make that happen for you guys. Next up, John Zimba. Hey, I'm from Zambia. How can I get your book? I would check Amazon. I don't know if there's Amazon Zambia, how that works, where you normally order stuff online. If you do have an Amazon Zambia, let me know. I'm gonna send this to my publisher too, right? Like, you're from a country that I don't know if Amazon has a big presence in or not. Just keep putting it in the comments and I'll send it to my publisher and we'll do our best to apply some pressure. Last up, Shin. Hey Evan, thanks for all these videos. Just ordered your book. Kind regards, Les. Yes, and thank you, Les. And I actually just made a shout out video for you this morning. I remember making that just before I left. I came here. I made a quick video for you that's unlisted that is in your inbox. So hopefully you've already seen it by the time this video comes out. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. I love to know what you think about the topic at the top, which was about momentum and not accepting no for an answer and keep pushing through. So leave a comment, let me know what you think. If you have questions about my book, the book writing process, any of that, leave it down below in the comments too, and I will answer in next week's video. Today's shout out goes to Fairy Vink. Fairy, thank you so much for picking up a copy of the book. For those of you guys watching, you want your chance at a shout out in a future video, get a copy and email in the receipts. For those of you buying but not emailing in, we can't track you, we can't send you the bonuses, we can't give you the shout outs or any of the other cool stuff. So make sure to email in your receipts so we can keep track. Thank you guys so much for watching. Continue to believe, or whatever your one word is, and I'll see you soon.